Week what, 3?
3. Yep. Week 3 out of 6 weeks. And should I just go ahead and get started? It's 8:32.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what I wanted to do is just review what we've discussed so far. So week 1, it was recording your symptoms, doing
Okay,
your easy scan every single day, and then a vitals optimization
okay.
about 10 minutes after. So that was the first week. Oh, and no, wearing your chromotherapy glasses, right? So doing that as well. And then also wearing your bone transducer headset while you're doing the easy scan. So you get those vibrations and binaural beats, pulses and tones while it's going. So that was week 1. It was quite a bit of things to learn for the first week. Week 2, we went over the quick scan and how to use a quick scan for either a quick energy boost, an energetic clearing, EMF shields, or to just find out like what supplements you need, like what your body needs at any point during the day. We also talked about supplements and modalities and looking to see adding your own personal supplements into the scanner and then being able to imprint homeopathic supplements energetically into a glass of water. So we reviewed all of that. And then the red light therapy band, the 660 band, how to wear it, all the amazing benefits and things like that.
Hmm.
So that
And
was week 1 and 2.
and then just with week 1 and 2, thinking about how much financially it's beneficial to have the AO scan for
Yep,
saving money on supplements, for saving time of driving places. Wow,
absolutely.
that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's really cool. And the Cephi was one thing that, we did talk about that first week with targeted playlists and how you can, instead of like you said, waiting for the doctor to get
Mm,
any, you know, symptom check or medication or referrals, like going through all of that. Like when you have your Cephi playlist, you can literally go through and put in any symptom you have, put in like what your conditions are, and then it'll send that target, whoever that is, whether it's you or your spouse or your animal, um, very targeted supportive frequencies to help bring your body back to balance. So,
mm,
yeah, that's really amazing.
it
So,
is.
with that being said, I just wanted to ask from the people that are on if there were any successes from the last week, and we'll just get open it up for maybe a couple of minutes.
Talking about targeted frequencies, I just want to share last night I helped someone whose dog was just whining in the car, and she's brand new to AOScan. And she let me log into her subscription so that I could just kind of help in real time. So she
Mhm.
gave me her username and password. I logged in and I went to her dog. I went to Sethi, and then I went down to AO Tunes, and then I did a scan for her dog to see what would help him because I know tuning forks are so powerful and amazing. We've loved them for years. And it said it was like an organ and it was his lungs. And so I sent the frequency while we were on the phone through her thing, through her app, through her subscription, and he stopped whining.
I love that.
And she's like, "What? I didn't know there was anything wrong with his lungs. I thought it was his heart." And uh, we talked a little bit, and she said, "Well, her other dog had passed in January." And I said, "The lungs are so closely related to grief." And she said,
Mhm.
"Yeah, he's really had a hard time with his brother passing." So, so amazing, right? Sometimes we think, well, I got to really help my heart. I got to help this, but really it's an emotion. And
Mhm.
having trapped emotions, which we know can cause, from the training we had with emotion code, it can cause up to the size of a tumor. A trapped emotion can be in your body physically. So, so powerful that we have the AO scan that you can listen to the balancing harmonics and then go in and target frequencies. And we know, I always do the disclaimer, we don't cure, treat, prevent, diagnose any disease, but we do help people balance and pets balance emotions, which I think Karen's seen that in real time. A lot of us have seen that with animals, and there's no placebo effect. They're not arguing and saying, wait, this can't really happen. How does this work? How does it know to help me? It's so awesome. So if that's the only testimony, I just think that's amazing. Like when I turned it off, he started whining.
Mhm. That's
Yeah. So it
crazy.
is going to take a
So
while to get, but.
So amazing that we have that tool. I love it. And I'm going to
Yeah,
monitor the chat too. So if you guys have
thank
anything
you.
to share in the chat, or if you want to raise your hand or comment, feel free.
Okay,
I know we
awesome.
talked about a testimonial call at some point, but today
Yes,
we'll just jump right back into week 3. All right, Debbie, go ahead.
yes. So we're going to jump into week 3, which will be optimizing vitals, optimizing comprehensive, and doing mind sync. And this is going to be an amazing one. You don't want to miss this because this is life changing. Today is life changing. Like when you learn to do these things. So, um, we want to remind you about the symptom tracker. Has anybody been doing their symptom tracker? Yeah. The symptom tracker we talked about. Kathleen, you were saying like just pick a few things to focus on.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, like your top 3 or maybe your top 1. If you want to just really work on one thing at a time, focus on that one thing for a little bit. Even, it might just be a couple days before you feel like, oh, that no longer is a thing. And then go to the next thing that you feel like your body might need support in. Because this list can definitely be overwhelming. And so if you just bring it down to the things that are most important to you right now, to your physical body right now. Um, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I also want to point out like the other new person that just signed up, she said she was just having so much fun doing the AO scan. She wondered if she had a slight headache from it. So I wanted you to be aware that if you do feel like you could possibly be noticing something getting a little bit worse before better, embrace it. Kathleen, before we got on, we were talking about things like detox baths and soaking your feet, um, taking extra hydration, making sure your good salt intake is up and your good magnesium. Look at other ways to detox, using the other things we have in nature. If you feel worse
Sleep.
before better, it's a good thing.
And sleep. Don't
Mm,
forget when your body is going through healing, it needs rest. That's the best time that your body is able to repair itself is when you're sleeping. So
mm.
it's okay to take a nap or two or go to bed at 8 o'clock. It's okay to do that when your body is going through some healing.
Yes. It was funny. We were talking on Monday morning with our other group, and I think Joel was saying, I take a nap almost every day. But yet now he's seeing with all of these therapies, he's like, oh, I didn't need a nap today. I was out working and didn't even notice that I felt like taking a nap. So watch your body shift and change. Those are big, huge things when you
Mhm.
see those th seemingly little things. And optimizing vitals, which we're going to go into today, can also help you relieve from a healing crisis, which is phenomenal by optimizing, optimizing, optimizing. So, have you guys optimized? Yeah. Well, just doing your easy scan, every time you do an easy scan, it's not just scanning you, it is optimizing you. It's sending frequencies back to you to help optimize your body. But what we're going to look at today is the full vitals. The full vitals is a longer version than the easy scan. The easy scan is only scanning the vitals based on your voice. So the frequencies that are most out of range in your voice relate to chromotherapy, which we've learned, relates to other parts of your body. Um, and so it's only going to be highlighting and scanning and optimizing the areas that are most out of range based on your voice. When we do a full vitals, it will take a little longer. And speaking of that, you could feel like a little detoxy, is if you're doing all of it or you're feeling a little bit, some people feel the scan. I honestly do not. I do feel better, but I don't feel a detox from it anymore. Maybe I did in the beginning. Anyways, you want to optimize, and we're going to show you that on the screen, both in version 1 and version 2, how you can optimize specifically the whole entire category or just based on your easy scan. It's amazing. Should we show that?
Yeah, let's
Let's
go
show
right
it.
into it.
Yeah. Okay. And do you optimize often, Kathleen?
I do every day. Yeah. So my routine is usually I do the easy scan first, and then I listen to the playlist with my chromotherapy glasses on while I cruise through the report for about 10 or 15 minutes just to see, like, capture what is stuck, where the energy is stuck. And then I do the vitals optimization. So I do it. So I know the Easy Scan does do a vitals and optimization, but then I do another optimization about 10, 15, 20 minutes after, just so I can try to clear some of those things that were energetically stuck. And 99% of the time they clear, which is
Mm.
thing. Yeah.
So by clearing, you're meaning they almost like disappear on the easy scan and or they balance.
Yeah, they balance. So on the
Mm.
vitals, you'll see them balanced, or at
Amazing.
least nudge, right? At least it nudges a little bit toward balance, or just even nudges. Even sometimes it goes the other way, and that's totally okay because at least its energy is moving. So as long as energy is moving, it's a good thing, right? We just don't want.
Absolutely. So here's my morning easy scan that I did at 7:30 this morning. And the easy scan included the inner voice. It included the quick scan. And here's the vitals. This is where the vitals are. All the way down to this line where it says comprehensive. So there's quite a few things out of range, out of balance. But what you do is go back to AO scan, the button on the top, and we'll show it on version 1 also. Then go down to vitals. Now, if I wanted to do the full scan of everything, not based on my voice, I would just hit scan. Then when it's done, hit optimize. What Kathleen and I are talking about, priority scan or just optimizing the things that are out of balance, you hit priority scan and it's going to just pick up the things that were out of balance on my easy scan. So I'm not going to hit scan again because it was already scanned this morning. I'll just hit optimize. And when I hit optimize, I'm not going to do the whole thing, it's going to go through and nudge all of these things, my blood, my meridians, some nutritional stuff, toxicities that were out of balance, try to nudge them back into balance. Then what's so beautiful, I can go back to the AO scan symbol, I can go back to easy scan, I can look at the report, and what I'll see is starting here under vitals, I'll see less food sensitivities. I'll see more things balanced if I still had chakras out of balance or meridians out of balance. I'll see less gastrointestinal nutritional, I'll see less things pointing pulled out here. And that's phenomenal because it shows how our body is responding to frequencies so beautifully. It's amazing. I think we like to show it on version 1. So version 1, you go to theme, minty light, apply, and on version 1, how do you do it, Kathleen? Easy
Um,
scan.
you scan right there. Yep.
hmm
So
So
you click the scans the same.
look at the
This is
report,
your report. Yep.
the AO scan symbol, and then go to vitals. It
And
looks actually
priority.
really similar.
hmm Yeah, it's just the main home screen on the between the two, between the vitals. I'm sorry, between the version 1 and version 2. It's mostly the home screen that's different, right? Once you get actually into the scanner scanning the individual scans, they look the same.
And then just optimize.
Yep.
Yeah. So then once you optimize, again, here's the AO scan symbol to go back. You could look at your easy scan again. It's so easy. It's
Mm,
super easy. And see how you feel. So I do sense that I go, wow, I feel really good. Once you get to that point, just stop. Don't do any more. You don't need to push yourself farther and say, I have some
mm,
people saying, well, I think I have parasites. I think I have this. It's like our goal is that you're in balance, that you feel good, and let your body heal in layers.
mhm.
Okay, let's go back to the. Did you have any comments about it? Or ah,
No, I think that's
that's it.
perfect. It's like easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
It really
Yeah.
is. And if you don't want to do the easy scan, sometimes the easy scan can take a little bit of time, right? It's like about 4 to 6 minutes, I say, sometimes 7 minutes. Um, and you don't have somebody's voice, whether it's your own, you don't want to put it in there, or a client or a family member, then doing vitals and comprehensive, which is what we're going to go over today, is really good. It's still going to capture everything physically. It just won't give you the inner voice component, which is the emotions.
That is such a good point, and that's why we can do multi-scan, which we'll get into later. Multi-scan is going to use vitals and comprehensive, and I love how you pointed that out. You don't need the voice. And that's the same thing basically we're doing with the pets. They don't talk and say, "Hello, I'm Rio. I'm a dog." They
Yeah.
obviously don't talk, so we are able to do the vitals and comprehensive. And based on that, it kind of reverses and gives them the music, the tones,
Mhm.
the balancing harmonics based on what's out of balance in their body. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a reverse. So comprehensive, that's the fun part of your scan where you can actually see 4D, is it 3D, 4D of your organs and bones and things. And if you do a full comprehensive scan, definitely it's going to take longer. Maybe it's up to 12. It seems like quite a few minutes. What would you say, 7 to 12 minutes or
Yeah, up to like
something?
I'd say 10. Yeah, it can
10
take.
minutes. And you can really feel it. People feel it like if you have a specific thing like a broken bone in your hand or a broken bone in your back or something and you can target in comprehensive, just do the full comprehensive and then optimize. But if you've already done the easy scan and you just want to only nudge the things to balance that were out of balance on the easy scan, we're going to show how you can just optimize. Super easy. Do you guys want to see it? It's so cool, so easy. And we'll show it first on version 1 since we're on there. And we've done the easy scan. You know how on the bottom you can see your report. Just want to show that again. And just show that you'll see a lot of things, my intestines, colon, whoa, lots of stuff going on in my body today. That's a lot more than normal.
I was just going
Um,
to say, Debbie, real quick to
yeah,
interrupt. I was going to say one of the really fun and amazing things is when you do an easy scan, all of a sudden, one day you're only going to have like one or two things pop up on that easy scan, which means your
yes,
body is nearly balanced, right? There's only one or two
right,
things. And then there's some days that you're going to see like seven or 10 or 15 things.
right.
It's really just telling you what the things are that are most of needing immediate, like most attention, right? Is the things that are most out of balance. So in Debbie's today, she just had more things out of
Ah,
balance that are stuck than usual. But every now and then, and hopefully more frequently, you'll see things that are balanced, which is really cool. And you'll
yeah,
feel that difference too.
you'll feel it. So something in my foot here. Do you guys ever do this where you can go to the comprehensive and just kind of zoom in and look at what's going on in your body? So then go back to AO scan. Then I would say there's so many things out of balance. I'm definitely going to go to comprehensive. And instead of doing a combined scan, I'm going to go to custom scan and then just choose priority so that it's only going to nudge to balance a lot more quickly all of those crazy things that were out of balance in me today. I'm just going to hit optimize. Then when I go back, it will be beautiful to see so many things nudge to balance. The things that don't nudge to balance, I pay attention to, like, oh, maybe that's, maybe I need to do something, a different therapy. Maybe I go to quick scan and see what other therapies I need. Or I can come back every 10 minutes and optimize. So phenomenal, so amazing. So if we also wanted to um, just do the full comprehensive, we could do the whole thing. And that's what we're talking about. Hit scan, then optimize. And then you'll see a lot of things out of balance. This is where you can go into like so detailed into the nerves in your left leg and the nerves in your right leg, not based on your voice, but specifically targeting if you want to look more at your kidney or um, your practitioner and you really want to help their vertebrae and something you can just target it here, which is so awesome. And
Mhm.
I have people tell me, again, I had someone who had a broken back that was refusing surgery. So from January till he got the AO scan, I think September, October, and he just kept optimizing, and doing the tones and listening. And he's like, this AO scan, he goes, I don't know how it works, but I feel good. So awesome. When we're doing multi-scan, um, we'll get into that later, but that's only going to do vitals and comprehensive. Okay. Any questions about that? Type them in the chat because the best part is yet to come, which is MindSync. Is it okay if we jump to MindSync?
We can. Before we do that, I
Yeah.
want to just say something about comprehensive. One of
Yes.
in the beginning, I broke my toe in the beginning of using the AO scan. Um, I had broken my toe. I didn't know if it was broken for sure or not, but it just like I jammed it and it was super swollen and painful. The comprehensive pointed to the exact toe. And that was just like more validation for me that like, okay, this works. I mean, I might have had the scanner for like 2 months by then, and I had already seen like really good successes. But then when it pointed to the exact toe and it said like stuck, inflammation and oh my gosh, and I could send Cephis for pain free. And my toe literally between that and having the red light on it, no pain. You know how like a broken toe, you have like so much pain? Yeah. So anyway, I want to just
Well,
share.
talking about broken, it reminds me of when my son was riding a skateboard and had an accident, and I was able to scan before he got home. I knew it was going to be the right side of his head. I knew it was going to be his
Mhm.
shoulder. I knew it because I had done like in minutes, I got to see where it was. But not only was I seeing where it was, that's sending back balancing frequencies. So grateful. And we just saw it work so beautifully. I actually had opened up the AO scan on my phone and on my computer and on my iPad and was just sending frequencies to just like reduce inflammation. I was quick on one device looking up the homeopathic remedies for concussion. And anyway, that's a story for another time. But it's so powerful and so wonderful
Wow.
and so non-invasive and so great to know we have something that's not going to hurt. It doesn't cure, treat, prevent, whatever, diagnose any disease, but it's
Mhm.
awesome.
Good information.
It's
That's
such
good.
good information. And to
Mhm.
see it in real time. So this is week 3, and we're going to go into MindSync. And it looks like I spelled it wrong. I was editing this, but MindSync is the ultimate subconscious reprogramming tool. And at first, when I heard that, I'm like, hey, I don't want anybody to change my subconscious, right? I don't want to get into that. But okay, those of us who are believers, we know what is the mind. It's enmity against God, right? Our mind
Mhm.
thinks negative thoughts. And what are we supposed to do? Renew our mind with the word. So that's what we use the AO Mind Sync for, is speaking the word and speaking positive things that God says who we are
Mhm.
into what we want to see happen. It's amazing. Do you use Mind Sync? Any of you guys on here use Mind Sync? Leave it in the chat. Yeah, good, good. So it can scan and select a script for you, or you can choose your own script, or you can record your own custom affirmations, which I like doing.
Mhm.
You can import the AO MindSync track from your most recent inner voice or easy scan, and then choose pulse audio or Verde grounding. And then you can choose high, mid, or low. And we'll show this so it'll make sense. And then, or you could change the music, select the music from the AO MindSync, and then just adjust the volume, press play. And you can also then toggle between low, mid, high to see if your voice sounds wobbly or not, and you want to make it so it's not wobbly. And then wear headphones or earbuds and listen to it. And it's so phenomenal. Do you have any comments about it, or should we show how to do it?
I really want to read something real quick, and
Yes.
there is a comment that I will get to in just a moment. But I just want to read this because I think this is so powerful. How we speak to ourselves matters. It tremendously impacts how we feel and the things that we do, how we act throughout the day. According to the National Science Foundation, on average, a person has 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts every single day.
Wow.
And of those thoughts, 80% are negative and 95% are repetitive thoughts. So, this is a major reason so many people are only reaching a fraction of their potential. They repeatedly think negative thoughts about themselves that shape their words and ultimately create their own reality. So, one way we can replace the negative thoughts are with positive self talk is by practicing positive affirmations. And so, as you mentioned, and we're going to show, is the positive affirmations are when you do the scan, you can actually read the script of positive affirmations, or you can put your own in. And so sometimes you can read scriptures where you just place your name in the scripture and it's almost like a prayer over that. Or you can do I am and the I am statements and you can personalize them for you. So it's really cool that we have this ability to change our thoughts. And just to see those numbers, I'm kind of a little bit of a numbers person. So to see those numbers being so huge, it's really it just really reiterates like the power that MindSync can have over our thoughts. And it doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to see like all of a sudden you're going to say something and it's like, oh, I'm positive all of a sudden. That's not totally how it works. But what you do is, and even if you say what you're reading the script, even if you don't believe it, say it anyway. Because the more you do it, the more your body you're going to shift. And you're going to just notice that things are going to change for you as you do it.
Hmm, that is so powerful.
Let me
Wow.
look at the chats real quick. Just there's a couple of
Yeah. I just, wow.
I let's see the static. Okay. So when there is static, it's just a matter of changing. So somebody had the question about sometimes their voice is staticky. And I think Debbie, you mentioned changing the tone. Is that right?
Yes.
What the
Yeah.
tone is?
The, yeah, you can change it from low, mid, or high and just try that first. Yeah, it shouldn't be really staticky, but it is a little different. We're basically changing from the right ear to the left ear. I think it's 8 hertz difference so that it can pass the subconscious. Because usually if you say something to yourself like I heard Lauren say, talk to yourself like you adore yourself. Because the most important
Love it.
voice for us to hear is God's voice. The
Mhm.
second most important voice is our own voice. And so talk to yourself in your AO scan, mind sync, like you adore yourself, like you just are. So then it's going to use this program where it's just changing it from the right ear to the left ear about 8 hertz different so that you can feel it in the middle of your head. The third most important voice is your mom's voice. So those of you who have children, do the mind sync for them. Even if you have loved ones who can't speak, do the mind sync for them. And again, talk like you believe it, like you really want it. Because yeah, you won't believe it right away. And I have someone who's, I don't know if I'm answering the question. It shouldn't be super staticky. In the beginning, they actually taught us that it is good to hear it kind of wobbly. But
Mm.
now I guess we're learning that it's better to have it more clear. So play around with it.
Yeah, and I just mentioned too, we have customer support. So if you're not finding that these things that we're sharing have helped you, check customer support has a whole tech support. They can walk you through that to make sure that it's working the way that it was intended to. Okay.
And I just want to say last night I had a call from a lady who said she wanted me to give her a ride up to like, I don't know, someplace in California, probably about an hour and a half drive, to go to an something about manifesting or something. And I think she paid $100 for it. Plus she needed to drive there. Plus it's going to take all day. And I was like, but wait a minute. And she was explaining to me because I've been paying for this manifesting class for a year and it's just not working. And it's because I keep saying so many negative things. Like I just said right now, it's not working. I'm not supposed to say that. And so to have this program help us in our homes before bed, which we'll get into what time of day we should use it, hopefully morning and night if possible, but we'll start with it at night. And then this way when we're sleeping, we think about it. But it's like then your voice is recorded, so you're hearing it and doing the program. So I don't know. Did we answer their question or is there another one?
No, no, I think that's good. Karen's asking for a link, but Karen, I'm not sure which link you're looking
Okay,
for. So maybe just send me a note and I'll make sure to get that for you.
thank you. So I wanted to go back to version 2 because we didn't show where comprehensive is. So we showed where vitals is right here.
Mhm.
Comprehensive, you just slide to the side and it's right here. So it's super easy. It'll look the same as.
Why I love version 1 because it's all right there.
And then MindSync has its own beautiful button right here. And I love this color. I don't know. I didn't used to like yellow and orange, and I love yellow and orange now. So I have changed. I used to be more
Mhm.
of. Anyway, so what you're going to do is hit a scan, or if you have your script, or you can choose. But I'm going to go ahead and hit scan. I don't know what it's going to show for me, what it's going to say for my script. We'll see here. It says health affirmations, and doesn't that make sense compared to like what my
Mhm.
scan looked like today? And I feel like it's
Yes.
been like a week that something's trying to get me, but it's
Mhm.
not.
Mhm.
So then once I hit record, it's going to give me the script. It will say prepare to speak in 10 seconds or 4 seconds. I take life one step at a time. You basically read this. And then once, um, like it's recording me right now, so I obviously will want to stop it and restart it. But if you feel like you can't read it as fast as the script goes, just skip one. You don't have to read everything. Or if you don't really believe it at all, what it says, maybe skip it or change it. Say, customize it yourself. That's why sometimes I like writing out my own that I really believe and it says what I really want to say. You can
Ooh.
email it to yourself once you're done. Here's the little email button, but it won't be on a loop. So you'll only have it once. Did you want to say something, Kathleen?
I did because you said something about writing down your affirmations and so that you can read them so that they're your own. I think that writing down affirmations is so strong. It creates a new neural pathway in when you connect, it's like connective, right? So it's like you're thinking it and you're writing it. That's also very, very strong. So I recommend that to a lot of people anyway, even if they don't need to read them, just write them down. And yeah, so anyway, you
That's so
said write
good.
them down. So I was just like, yes, write them down. I'm just
Yes.
encouraging you to do that.
Awesome. And so here's if you didn't feel like you wanted to do health affirmations and you really on your mind wanted to work on your memory, you could click on memory affirmations or positive or prosperity. And these can also give you ideas of what to write if you feel like a mental block of what to write for your own affirmations. And also like reading books, reading the Bible can give you great ideas.
Mhm.
And then once you've recorded it, then you can import either your pulse audio or your Verdi grounding audio from your most recent Easy Scan or Inner Voice scan. And you can choose that. Let's say I did Verdi, then it will change it to Verdi Note E. And again, I'll have the option to change it to an environment or like ocean or other music. So you can still play around with it and change it if you're not happy with that. Then you can do the offset hertz. It will default to high. I usually use it on high, but if when you're listening, you can still go back and change it to low, mid. This is where we're talking about where it can sound staticky or a little different. And then adjust your volume of your music, of your voice. You can add a tone in. You can add in a impatience or whatever. That would be what it popped up for me this morning is impatience. But then you can change it if you feel like, no, I'm really just lacking creativity. I want to do that. Look at how powerful this is, you guys. Is that amazing? Then you hit
Mhm.
play with your headphones on.
Yes, there is a question in the chat. I'm going to just read it to you, Debbie, because I'm not sure. I think I might have missed this part, but it says, were you saying for kids, for the mom to read the mind sync affirmations for the child?
Yes. Yes, the mom would read the affirmations as if they were the child. They would say, I am just having a great day, or whatever.
Oh, so for a
And
child who can't read.
for a child who can't read or
Okay.
speak,
Yes.
we have the autism. This is huge for autism,
Yeah.
Parkinson's, people who are having trouble speaking. Then
Mhm.
put the headphones on, and it's your voice blessing them with these affirmations. And if it's a grandmother or another loved one, do it, you know.
Mhm. Perfect. Okay. Do you want me to show? Oh, you're already on it. Okay.
Sure. So on version one, it's the bottom button, and it looks very similar. Actually, a little easier, maybe.
I do see it easier, see?
Yeah.
I can scan first. Yeah, so I'll always scan first to see what pops up.
And this would be assuming that I already did the other one. So now it's saying
Mhm.
morning affirmations is my second choice. Then I would record, and it would give me, wow, it immediately starts recording. It doesn't give me
It
a
does.
countdown.
It doesn't do a countdown, and nor does it do the minutes. So sometimes it'll say like 258 seconds, and I'm like thinking, how long am I going to be talking for? So yours
So,
this one's shorter.
so 74 seconds or something left.
Mm.
And then you can hear you do low, mid, or high. Turn the tone on. You can change the emotion. Now it says shyness. You can change to actually choose your inner voice right here. Note A, Verde Note E, or I could go to like ocean, meadow, whatever you love, and then adjust the volume and hit play. And here's the email button. Any questions about that? The reason this is like the most important thing is because we're seeing that the reason people, like when I saw with Lyme disease, when Katelyn was recovering from Lyme disease, that a lot of the Lyme community had their identity in Lyme. And I really felt like, sadly, it didn't seem like they wanted to get better. It really didn't. And so I actually had practitioners purchase the AO scan just to help their patients with their mindset that I want to be well. I'll walk again. And that was a big thing I was doing with Caitlin was I was saying, no, next week you're going to be walking. Next week you're going to get better. That, just keep speaking positivity. And then the other thing is with success. A lot of times we don't feel worthy of success or we think the ceiling is right here. And I don't believe that's the God we have. I believe He wants to bless us so we can be a blessing to others. And so why not just say, Lord, and speak positive. So Caitlin did that when we first got Mind Sync. We were coming back from Day of Discovery, and she did it in the airport and almost started crying. She did. She started crying because it was so powerful. Just hearing her own voice speaking these positive affirmations. And then she switched it into using it for her social media, for our business. And that was like in September. And by January was when she started that role of, I think, 21 weeks straight of top enroller. And her Instagram going from like 9,000 followers, now it's like 80 some thousand followers. And when you combine like Facebook and it, so we see like we're not limited, but our minds limit us because sometimes we don't feel worthy. And
Mm.
it's not about us, it's what God has for us. And He's very generous. Look at, He gives us all this sky, all this ocean, all this
Mhm.
air to breathe. Like there's not like a limited amount of air for us to breathe or a limited amount of sunshine. Anyway, I get excited about it. So use
Yes.
your mind sync. Be blessed.
Yes. There's a question in the chat and then comment that's really helpful. So the question is, have you found it to be better using on a computer, a phone, or a tablet? And I can say it's exactly the same for every single tool that I use. The only difference is I can read it a little bit better on my computer because it's bigger, but the quality of it and how it works comes on my phone just fine as well. And then the comment is there's really good information on Katelyn's course about MindSync. So it's under social media breakthrough and it's module 18, the subconscious mind. And Michelle said that that Caitlin gives really great information about the science and the why of MindSync, like the why
Mm,
and the science and how it all works. So I gave you like a one sentence, and I think Debbie, you shared a little bit too, but there's a whole course on it. So that's module 18. So thanks, Michelle, for sharing that.
Thank you,
A good
Michelle.
reminder.
And thank you to Caitlin. I tell her all the time, you make it so easy for us. I mean, all we have to do is walk through what you've done.
Mhm.
And it's so organized and authentically comprehensive with everything. So thank you for sharing that, Michelle. Here's our habit tracker for week 3. And please don't be overwhelmed by it. Hopefully, you've got a good system already down. Maybe you're only doing the morning. That's fine, right? So if you're only doing the morning, what we already have, like your quick scan or Hello AO or wearing your 660 band, choosing your chromotherapy, wearing those, doing your balancing harmonics. Try to add in the very bottom line on the evening. Create a mind sync. Listen to it before bed or in the morning or all night long. Use your mind sync. That's basically really the only thing we're adding in other than optimizing vitals and comprehensive if you feel stuck, if you feel like there's a lot of things that are out of balance, if you want to push yourself to another level, and to do the comprehensive and the vitals, the full comprehensive and vitals would be really fun for you to do once a week to really get a big overview. Anything else before we sign off? I think we have to close out early today, but we got a lot done, didn't we? It's
Yeah,
amazing.
a lot of information. Are there any questions or any comments from the group? We want to just open it up too.
I'm expecting testimonies next week about MindSync. I'm expecting that. Mm.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And then Karen did ask about an outline, print out an outline. Karen, are you talking about the thing that's being shown right now on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can send you that. That's within the, is it
We,
under getting to know your AO scan?
yeah, and it'll be in the WhatsApp chat for QLAs and our QLA group on Facebook, and then I can text it to you. And if
Perfect.
somebody is watching this and wants it, we'll text it or make sure you get it. Awesome. And the replay
Good,
for
good.
you, Karen, because I think you had someone that wanted to join. We'll get the replay. Thank you. Are we getting you off to your appointment in time, Kathleen?
Oh yeah, I'm great.
We
I
did
have
it.
a friend from my doctor's. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right,
Wow,
you guys have
blessings.
a great week. Do you want to close us in prayer, Debbie, before we go off?
Yes, let's do that.